So we're now back in the home page of the booking system. We're in our coach user area and we're logged in under coach number 1. Let's take a look now at our next one-to-one program category option that may be appearing on your booking system. And this relates to the second resource that is built within the system that may be visible at your particular venue, and it relates particularly to a putting lab facility. And this is a facility that is set up currently particularly relating to a putting lab, but it's essentially a second resource that may be available at your venue, which means that this resource can only be booked by one coach and one student at a time. So we can see here we've got the demo putting lab option. Now this option, this resource, is a little bit different than the studio in that it doesn't have the studio pop-up facility. So when it's set up on the booking system, when it's available, anytime that this putting lab facility is selected, then it will only present to the coach and the student the available times with the coach and the putting lab resource. So let's go ahead and select putting lab, and we'll be given the option to click continue based on the description that's available. And we'll then be presented with the duration, that particularly relating to this program category. And at the next stage, we can then either change the duration from the drop down, and we're going to have the coach number 1's schedule automatically selected as we're logged in as coach 1, but we could navigate across the different schedules, and we can also navigate across single day view and week view. So let's jump ahead to the following week. And we're going to go ahead and book the putting lab facility. So we can see here in our schedule, we've got the bookings that are currently showing in our diary. And then because we've selected the 2-hour duration, we can select a duration. And once selected, we can then edit the start time. So if we want to start at 9 AM, then it will then block out the time in the coach's schedule and in the putting lab between 9 AM and 11 AM. So let's keep to the 22nd, as that's where we've been adding bookings previously. And we're going to go ahead and select 12:30 and click book now. And let's go ahead and select our student. And once again, the cost is 0 as we need to set up the pricing within our coach schedule. And we're going to go ahead and click book now. So let's from here go to the coach schedule area and navigate down to the week view and jump ahead to the following week. And we can now see that John Stevens has been added to our schedule, and we now have a putting icon that is appearing over that booking, and that means that the booking with John Stevens is taking place in the putting lab facility. So let's now go back to the booking system and once again choose demo putting lab. And we're going to choose that duration, and this time we're going to choose single day view, and we're going to go to the 22nd. And as we're on the putting lab facility, as we navigate down here, we've got our 3 coaches. We can see John Stevens is booked into coach number 1's diary. However, what we can see now in coach number 2 and 3 is we now have a putting icon appearing on the schedule over the top of the times that are unavailable. So a 2-hour lesson will be unavailable to be booked between 12 o'clock and 2:30. So we couldn't book a lesson in coach number 2 or 3's diary within those times, as the putting lab is already being used by coach number 1 with student John Stevens. However, they could select one of the available times, go through the booking process, and then the putting lab facility will be reserved at the time that they select. Let's log out and then have a look at how that looks for a student. So let's go ahead and select the putting lab option. We're going to go ahead and select the duration, and let's navigate to single day view. So this customer wants to book a putting lab lesson on the 22nd, and we can see here the 3 columns. Coach number 1 is not showing any availability at 12 o'clock, 12:30, 12 o'clock, which is the time that we booked. We can show that coach number 2 and coach number 3 are available at that time. However, the putting lab facility is not available. So if this student went to book, it would say the time is not available for a putting lab booking. So once again, the coach's schedules are being cross-referenced against the availability of the studio resource. The customer would be able to book on any of the available times which don't have the putting lab icon cross through appearing on that schedule duration.